So there's actually one bit of news to talk about this week. Not comic book specific related, but we did see the Superman outfit for the Superman movie that's coming in 2025. James Gunn put out a photo, and I'm just going to say it. There's a high collar, and the cape's attached at the shoulders instead of being tucked in. Two things that are instant no-nos for me when it comes to Superman costumes. So I will say, it could have been better.
So, knowing what I think we know from casting and whatever, I am hoping that we're going to start with that new 52 looking suit, and by the end he'll be in something more classic.
That's just copium. That is copium, Matt.
No, because, like, again, not ideal with the high collar and the attached cape. It's a bit too Kryptonian for my liking. But I trust Gunn enough. I trust Gunn to get to a point, because it also has what looks like the Kingdom Come S, right?
Yeah, but we've known that for months at this point.
Right. So, it seems like it's a later stage type, Superman, and I'm just hoping maybe part of the story is him realizing of,
I don't think it is a later stage Superman. I think the concept for this has always been that it's been an early days Superman story.
I mean, that's so weird. That's a weird flex then to draw on that iconography of later stage stuff, like the Kingdom Come S, and I don't know, the Justice League.
I don't know. I remember that being when they initially pitched the movie. It's early. It's not an origin story, but it's an early days Superman story. So I'm making no assumptions about the movie here. I really I think it's silly to sort of use this outfit to even try and predict anything. I am just judging it as I see it. It looks a little bit busy in its design. There's a lot of little lines and etchings on it to try and give it the appearance of more and whatnot. Plus, there's always the high collar and the way the cape's attached. They're just nose for me. They've always been those. I remember in Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman in the 90s, they started with the classic tuck-in, and then they started switching to one that was just sort of glued onto the shoulders, and I always thought that looked much worse. That's where I developed my taste for not liking that. That's where I really started to hate that, because I got annoyed. Because they sometimes went back to the first one. It was almost like, depending what costume was on set for that episode, it would change which one, or maybe all their versions of one were dirty, so they'd have to go back to the old one. But either way, whenever I saw the classic one again, I got annoyed that they'd switched to this one with it, because otherwise it was the same. That was the only thing that was different about the outfits on that show, was the shoulders. But not a big fan of the. I mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't a game a deal breaker by any means. If the movie's great in every other respect, this will be a minor quibble. But if I'm picking the suit I would prefer, this is just a little bit off from what I actually want.
Yeah. Now, what do you think of the image as a whole? Like him putting on the boots while it looks like some global catastrophe is happening behind him.
I would like to make fun of James Gunn a little bit, because he posted it and said this was done in camera. It's a real, photograph from set, and I'm like, okay, I get that you mean that the photo of him is a real shot from set, but there's a big CGI laser beam outside the window, so you can't just say that, James. You have to specify a little bit more than that, because I immediately went, well, that's wild. They got a big alien spaceship firing a laser beam outside the window for real.
Dang, he really is about that cinema verite now, isn't he?
I think
makes you wonder about Starro now.
I think it's a bit of a stupid image in the set. Well, not stupid, but this is very much a promotional image, right? Because I've seen people make fun of it. Oh, he's casually putting on his boot as this is all going on. No, of course, this isn't an actual moment from the movie. This is just a photograph they're taking to show off the suit, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not casually putting his outfit on this slow whilst this is happening outside. It's just a promotional shot. It's meant to have a fun background, even though it makes no sense in the context. Of course, he'd speed off and rip the shirt open and wish it super speed to get there, whatever. So I mean, the whole thing's just a bit whatever. It's emblematic of just a kind of uninspired debut shot. I think of the first time we saw the Man of Steel outfit. It was that image of him sort of leaning against the bank vault, remember? And it was all in shadow, and it was like, is this really how you're showing off the suit for the first time, kind of thing? you know, this is a constant thing we go through, this dance we go through every time there's a new Superman of some kind. We get the first image of them in the outfit, and you know, like maybe they overthink it. Maybe just a nice brightly lit shot of him standing there, which, funnily enough, is what the first Christopher Reeve Superman photograph is. It's just him standing there under a good bit of lighting with his arms sort of, you know, politely folded.
And he looks like, I know Christopher Reeve was a big guy, but they shot him to look larger than life there too, which I wonder if there's intent in Gunn doing the casual to make him, you know, seem not as large as life. So
yeah, I mean, I will say the hair looked right. It looked Superman classic hair.
I think Corn Sweat looks the part, you know, like
his
he
face
doesn't seem out of place.
Does. Yeah, his face looks right for sure.
And he fills out the suit pretty well, despite the quibbles on the design of the suit. He fits it pretty well.
I think the problem with the over design and how thick the material is, it makes it feel less impressive. Like, you know, when someone's in spandex, they look good if they look good, right? The person themselves has to have a good shape, and then that makes it look good. I think when you have kind of this sort of like rubbery bagginess to it, because that's my main problem with it, with the shoulders, and it reminded me of CW outfits. Not the Superman outfit in the CW specifically, but like the first Flash outfit in the CW, it was almost like a leather jacket kind of like vibe because of the way the sleeves were a little bit baggy.
With shoulder pads.
Yeah,
you know?
So there's the shoulder pads and the bagginess, and it's not that bad. I'm not saying this is, I wouldn't call this a baggy top if someone was normally wearing it. I'm saying compared to a superhero costume, it looks baggy, and that feels a little bit cheaper to me. So yeah, like we're having like this. I hate these type of nerd conversations because we're sitting having a 10-minute conversation about a stupid outfit that's not that important. But like if we're nitpicking it and we're saying what we like and dislike about it, these are the things that I would say make it more mediocre to me than like a home run. Don't get me wrong, like it could be much worse. They could be like, oh, we want to be edgy, we're going to have a black suit and we're going to have like a neon strip around his ankles that light up like glow sticks because we want to have this new techno Superman.
I remember some of the stuff that was coming out when Nick Cage was going to be Superman and him talking about wanting to have a samurai style top knot, you know, so you know, I'm thankful this is more closer to
like this is
our interpretation.
Like, I don't really like this outfit, but I don't like it in the sense that it's like it's a mediocre version of what I like, rather than being like this completely extreme, silly thing that came out of nowhere. But you know, uninspired all the same, I guess. But hey, we can get on to the comics for the week then.
I have I went to Newsround to look. There was one comic book story that was published yesterday.
Really? Go on.
Yeah. So there's going to be a new Gotham City Sirens book. It's going to be weekly, for the month of August, and it's going to be done by.
I did not see this.
Yeah, it is going to. Where
oh my god! Okay, but I'll just take over because you're taking it. Right. It's a 4-issue weekly series, right? So it's all a limited series. It's Leah Williams.
There we go.
Matthew Lawley, Daniel Hilliard, and Brant and Stein. Only
one of those names I recognize.
Yeah. Well, here's the other detail though: is it's taking over all the monthly books of all these characters. So the regular Catwoman book's taking a month off, the regular Harley Quinn's taking a month off, and the regular Poison Ivy's taking a month off. And so I presume that this is a lot of the other creators working on those books, even though I don't recognize the names right now. So yes, so they're joining forces to take care of a highly illegal energy drink. Okay, I wasn't expecting
a highly illegal energy drink sponsored hunting operation.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Which threatens both the wildlife and residents of the city.
I just read highly illegal energy drink and thought, what the hell is that plot going to be?
Well, there's a Dodson's cover of Harley and Ivy on a buffalo with Selena petting it. So I know what my lock screen will be.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll be honest. I like when you said Gotham City Sirens. When I saw it's just this, I'm like, I'm good. I don't even try this.
Yeah.
Not for me, but that's okay.
So it looks like it's all Leah Williams. So it says the first and third issues will be drawn by Lawley, with Hilliard taking over the art duties for 2. The final issue will be drawn by Hilliard and Brattenstein. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, I like Leah Williams enough. I'll be checking this out.
Yeah, so that's August this is happening then?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, well there you go.